Okay, so Mencho's alive. They almost like there's no question now. Like the motherfucker's alive and he's running.
And you and me had this conversation a while back. Remember they were like, hey, and we kind of figured out that he was alive, right?
Right.
And we were like, no confirmation yet, but like I think he did like 80% certain that he was alive. And then I had a conversation with a few people down there where we visited, and yeah, he's very much alive. Yeah. And now not only is he alive, he's mobile, apparently. He's not hiding in the hills at all. He's conducting business. He's moving about. He's going in between states. He's going to Guanajuato, which is a hotbed of activity for them, and also his main rival, which was the extinct now Sinaloa Cartel Federation, now has an element within it that has allied themselves with his cartel.
Right, Yvonne's side, the pizzas. The
pizzas are now intertwined with them. Although the federal government denies that there's new generation cartel presence in Sinaloa, there's many videos kind of saying the contrary.
Okay, so then what? So we found out about that when we were like back in May. This is August now. Do you have any update about what that alliance does for especially for the CJNG? Why do they need the Chapisos? I know why the Chapisos need them. They need money. They need men. They're running for it. They're on their heels. What is that relationship? Do we have any news or updates on that?
I mean, the things that I hear most are one, legacy routes up into the United States.
Yeah.
And these could be many things. Some of these families, including the one that Archivaldo comes from, own, poultry companies, transport companies, industry companies on both sides of the border. So there's some legacy routes there that they can develop. And I think one of the biggest ones for the new generation cartel, and this is like me going into Mulder X-Files territory.
Yeah.
I think their main focus has always been to gain control of a large segment of that border fence. New generation cartel, as of now, doesn't really have a direct control over any sort of large border segment in Mexico. And when we went out to see Sombra, we got to witness this large swath of land that nobody is really paying a lot of attention to. But yet there's a state called Zacatecas that they're having like tank battles over.
Right.
What are they fighting over? They're fighting over access to that route through central Mexico.
Going north.
That's, I think, the four letters. That's their end game. That's one of their strategic end games in that in their alliance with the pizza party.
Yeah.
And in their continued fighting with Las Flechas and what is left of Mayo's organization run by his son, which is still going on, by the way. Those video, I get videos constantly of that region where they're still shooting at each other.
Wow.
You start seeing like a clear map that the strategic goals of this organization is to basically create a corridor in the middle of the country that it controls, and it leads all the way up to the border. And specifically in a part of the border that isn't built up as the rest of it. So
which is like where? What states? Like, and what American states do they border?
Texas. It's mostly Texas. And
going through Coahuila. Yeah.
Yeah. That's like it's the only unowned. There's contention there, but it's realistically not controlled or owned as other parts of the border are. So.
Well, what about Chihuahua?
I mean, Chihuahua. There's people there. There's ownership there. There's people that run certain elements of that, but it's not as valuable as a large section of the border wall that has absolutely no eyes on it. It's because that's what it is. If you see on the other side of the border in Coahuila, there's There's nothing there.
There's nothing there. Well, most of it is just like national park. There's nothing there.
Imagine that this 4-letter cartel does what they do in Michoacan. Set up a bunch of encampments in the area, set up a bunch of training camps in the high hills. It's a lot of that area, as we saw with these guys that are basically patrolling that area. They take 2 days, 3 days to go out to these areas to patrol. It means that these places are fucking inaccessible in a lot of ways,
right?
And that's where they're getting. So now imagine an outside force setting up encampments there and control there.
Right.
And slowly but surely getting a foothold in that part of the border. That now they have a direct corridor from the Pacific and also from the Atlantic or the Gulf of America up into the central part of Mexico, up into the United States. That's I think that's one of their strategic goals.
And Zacatecas is so crucial because that's the state right below it. And to get up into Coahuila, you need to go through Zacatecas. And that's why it's so, for people that didn't watch the episode with Ed and I in Guadalajara, the guy told us if they send 10 guys, if Los Cuatro Letras sends 10 guys to go fight in Zacatecas, maybe one will make it home. Maybe. It's like going on like a Roman crusade. It's like a death sentence, dude. These poor fucking kids. But yeah, it's wild.
There's a reason why there's so much fighting going on there. And you know, it's you don't hear a lot about Zacatecas because there's, you know, it is mostly fighting going on there. It's not a metropolitan area. It's not a large influential commercial space. It is.
No, Ed, you could be candid. This is the Patreon. It's a hot, shitty, nothing area. There's no Americans ever going there. If you're worried about prices not going up, go to Zacatecas. Prices will never go up. I've never been to Hong Kong and TJ and met a chick from. Yo soy de Zacatecas. Never, not once.
Nobody leaves Zacatecas. So it's interesting that place is being seen. And another area that people need to pay attention to as far as activity, the state of Mexico, specifically in the northern state of Mexico.
Right.
We just had. Well, yesterday I kind of broke this online. I posted on my Instagram and everybody kind of followed suit. I always keep my eyes on the flight trackers because 1, I'm a dork and a nerd and I don't have a lot to do and I have flight tracker on my phone. And 2, I'm connected to a bunch of weirdos that are into like information security, cartel issues. It's like I get a lot of information. And I was looking at this weird drone that flew from the US into central Mexico and got itself into a hovering position over the northern state of Mexico. That's where La Fresa operates. La Familia Michoacana has long had influence and control in that area. When questioned about this, the Harfush, the head of the newly formed Public Safety Secretariat, said that it's not a military drone. You know, he was very adamant about that it's not armed, but it is a drone that was asked to have a presence there by the Mexican government, which sounds like we don't know what the U.S. is doing over our skies, but we're gonna ask them, is everything cool? So now we can respond, at least that we know that they're there, I guess. So it's interesting that they're keeping eyes on things that are in central Mexico now. We've seen some of this drone activity on the border. We've seen it in Sonora, Sinaloa, all up and down the coast of Baja. But this is the first time I've seen something like this in central Mexico.